So I was about to pack up for the day, and apparently there's another message that wants to come through. So let's see what wants to come out here for whoever finds this reading. I have a sense that this is a very particular collective that needs to hear this message, that this is a small collective, and that the people who need this particular message are going to be the ones that find it. And the first card we have coming out here is the Temple. And so I'm thinking about your beliefs, the things that you hold sacred. I think there's a sense here in which some situation that you're in is not in alignment with your deep convictions, your deep beliefs, the things that you hold sacred here. And there's a concern about this coming through. There's a desire to support you in terms of bringing this back into alignment, is what I'm seeing. Okay, switch decks is what I'm hearing. So this deck. So what is out of alignment here? Trapped in fear. Okay, so there's some kind of situation that you are remaining in because of a fear of some kind. So maybe you're staying in a particular job because you're afraid that you're not going to be able to get a job doing what you'd really like to do. Perhaps you are not stating your true beliefs or desires or needs to a person or people because you're afraid of how they might react. I mean, there's a real sense here of kind of being imprisoned in some way. I think that you very much are feeling that this situation isn't resonating for you, that it isn't good for you in some way. But I think you're also just feeling very much like you can't see your way out. But the next card that's coming out here is light. So there is hope on the horizon for you. And coming out after that is truth. And then the next one, which I'm also being told to take, is moving on. On the back of the deck, we have disruption. So what I'm seeing here is within this situation that you're feeling trapped in, there is going to be a significant disruption here. This situation is going to get shaken up. This is really going to let in the light for you. It's going to give you a sense of hope. And it's going to allow you to envision, to see the truth. How you can move on from this situation to something that's more resonant for you, that's better aligned for you. This is the kind of situation where you walk into a room and it's dark. You don't know where all the furniture is. You'll move around very cautiously because you don't want to trip over something and fall. This is kind of the way that I'm seeing this situation for you at the moment, is that there's a significant aspect of this that's in darkness in one way or another. But in that same room, if you switch on the light, then all of a sudden that fear of tripping over a piece of furniture that you don't know is there in the dark goes away. Because once the light is on, you can see where all the furniture is. This is the kind of sense that I'm getting here. So I think that this message is coming forward really to let you know that the light is about to be switched on. The light is about to be switched on in this situation. And when the light comes on, you will be able to see the truth. You will be able to see exactly where everything is, exactly where all the obstacles are, and also where the open path is for you to move on. So that, let's see then. I'm getting the sense really here that this is something that's happening. It's already in the energy. And so I just want to see what really you can do to assist this process. Okay. What I'm seeing here is bond. And then coming out with that, we have resistance. So there's a significant bond, there's a significant attachment that may be keeping you stuck in place. And the sense that I'm getting is that in some area of your life, you may have been settling for crumbs because you don't have a clear picture of what better could look like. So what I mean by this is, say, for example, your parents did not have a good relationship, and that was the example that you saw growing up. And you then have had a few relationships and they have been difficult or toxic or codependent or something like this in some kind of way. And this is because you are only acting on what you know. I mean, if you don't have a picture of what a healthy relationship looks like, if you can't visualize that, if you don't know, you know, what to look for and what is a bad sign and what is a good sign, all of these kinds of things, you can't necessarily make good decisions for yourself because you don't have the tools. What I'm seeing here, though, is that there is this area in which you're struggling, but it's also something that's very important to you, and it's very important to who you are. So, for example, you may be struggling with relationships, but at the same time, love may be sacred to you. It may be very important to you. It may be a fundamental core value of yours that you would like to have a loving relationship. So this is just one area where this could play out. So take it as it fits to your situation. This could be in any area of your life. And so because this area is so important to you, you've been upskilling, you've been seeing that there are issues here. And you've been learning and growing and changing. But your current attachments have not kind of kept pace with this. And so they're kind of causing resistance and trying to knock your confidence in some kind of way. So really the advice that I'm getting for you here is not to allow the resistance of others to hold you back here. because once you see your way clear, there is going to be resistance. The next card that's coming out here is caching. So this crow here, he is storing food for later. He is creating a little bit of a safety net for himself here. And so what I'm seeing here is that there is advice for you to create a safety net for yourself in some way. So if you're seeing that there could be problems with a particular person or in a particular situation or something like this, how could you create a safety net for yourself? Because this will make it easier for you to act and for you to move on when you fully see the truth, when the light comes on, because you won't necessarily be dependent on a particular situation for safety, security, stability. Okay, we have the Page of Pentacles coming out here. So what I'm seeing here is that you're also going to be learning a new way of being in the world. And I love this card because, you know, it's just so green. It's so abundant. There's so much growth here. And this little dragon kind of very earnestly taking in the world around her. That one looks like a girl to me. So I think, yes, there's going to be a new way of being for you, a new way of feeling safe. This is a time where you're getting to explore and change your reality. So I think what you're going to be learning moving forward in this situation is how to be a better manifester, how to create the things that you want and need for yourself in life. And realizing that you don't need anyone else's permission slip or approval or anything else. Yes, we have the Fool coming out here. So I'm not seeing actually that you are going to let this resistance hold you back. You'll create a safety net for yourself here. You're seeing the light. You're seeing the truth. And you are learning the skills that you need to create the kind of life for yourself that you now need. That's in alignment with what you hold sacred. So you're starting afresh here. You're starting anew. And yeah, this might be quite daunting, but I think it's also very exciting. Wow, okay. And we have a serious power couple in these two cards coming out together, because we have the Magician and we have the Queen of Wands. So really, I think this message is coming out to say, this thing you want, you've got it. You are so powerful. You are magical. You are so full of ability and creativity and potential. And this is your time. This is the time where you're going to step out into the world and really have the ability to explore your potential for the first time in a long time, or I think for a lot of you, the first time ever. This is an incredible sense of freedom that's opening up in front of you here. So you're busting out of jail. And so I think that this message is coming forward just to give you some hope and encouragement right now. and to give you an idea of what to expect, and to let you know that what's happening for you right now is really happening for you. It's happening to support you to move forward into this incredible growth and empowerment that's coming up for you here. So I'm going to leave that here. I hope that this message was helpful for you. I hope that it gave you some insight or some encouragement, whatever it was that you needed. I'm sending you so much love. Until next time.